Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be connecting up a battery to battery charger. Nemo series converter charger DDX1230. Let's run the ignition wire. We'll have to extend it obviously all the way down from where the electrics are to the fuse box so that I can piggyback fuse it onto an ignition live. That is the fuse board. To get to them I'm going to have to take this out, get behind there, more easy access. And then my electrics they're all sitting up here above the cab. So I'm going to run a cable down here and into piggyback fuse behind here. And that should be enough for me to feed the cable down into here so I can pick it up through here and put it into a piggyback fuse just down here. There's my cable. And down there. I managed to just push it in there. Wait, you know what? Just because on YouTube videos I'm annoyed when they don't go into detail. So there it is. I had to reach my hand up there. It really wasn't hard, just being careful of all the other cables. Put it down so it reaches. Oh god, it's tight in there. So it reaches down to my fuse board. But just to tidy it up, I've zip tied it to the rest of the cables so that it's just neater, doesn't make any banging when I'm driving. So here we have the multimeter. Oh yeah, just a quick one, if you want to see how I got to this stage then check out the playlist on the channel. Setup you've ever seen in 3, 2, 1. See, look at that. So we've got the ignition live. Now we need the live going to the starter battery. There's the cable size. So that's done. As you can see, I just slit a bit in here with a Stanley knife. That runs up here and it runs up this corner. That's the only place it would fit. Up that corner of the trim. I just removed it by taking that screw there, 2 screws there, and the trim basically fell off. We have ran the ignition wire, which will crimp to this one. Ignition, labelled ignition. We have ran live to the starter battery down the trim here. That will slot onto there. This one here is if you have a solar panel, so they're the 2 sources of power. I'm only using the starter battery for now, so it charges as I'm driving. Here look, you've got the negative. This is just the ground to ground the system. Here is the live to your leisure battery, auxiliary battery. That's pretty easy, we'll just run that from here, which is where it's going to be, to the battery here. So in the next clip this area is going to look a lot more pretty, and I'll be connecting the live to the leisure battery and then hopefully the neutral, and hopefully getting it all connected up, getting power and testing it. Okay, I'm back. It's been a while. I've done quite a bit to the van. The heater's in. If you want to see how we've sort of done that, then go over to the playlist, it'll all be in there. Now I'm moving back onto the charger. I'll just show you what I've connected, and we are literally about to connect it all up as per the instructions. But I've wrote a little list sort of in layman's term, or to make it a bit more easy to understand for me. Hopefully maybe it'll help you as well. And yeah, I'll just sort of show you how I'm about to connect it up. The bottom right connection there is connected to the terminal here, which is just a ground terminal, because that is connected to the chassis in there. So we're happy that the charger is grounded. This cable here runs over to the leisure batteries, obviously not connected yet, so that's the bottom left. The top right is for a solar panel, which we don't have, and the top left goes down to the starter battery, which is under the seat of my driver's seat, and that's also not connected. Then we have the ignition wire, which I've shown you previously how I connected this to the fuse board and ran it up to the top, and now it's all looking a bit more neat and tidy. We also have the sensor. The sensor goes on the live of the battery. I've looked at the instructions, and we'd have to connect the two batteries first, so we're going to do that. First it's the leisure battery, which is the auxiliary battery, and then it's the starter battery. Alright, going to each battery. Before the battery, you need a fuse. This is a 40 amp inline fuse. You need this lot, and this is heat shrink tubing for a heat gun. I'll show you my heat gun. It's literally just like £12 off Amazon, or £20 or 35. Sorry, I really don't know. Here it is. Here we are at the starter battery. I've just put the fuse in straight away. That's ready to connect to the positive terminal. Oh yeah, and there's the fuse to that battery. Right. Now let's go to the starter battery. Now that was a lot of effort, but that's connected to the positive. This second battery here, that's just for appliances and stuff. I think maybe they had something in the back for British Gas. Now then, on my list for idiots, for me, I just got to connect the ignition wire. Look at that, I just turned the van on. It's working. So that is how I fitted my Nemo series battery to battery charger. Please like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to see any more of the van build, then take a look at the playlist.